The Square Ball Podcast.
Welcome to the show. It's brought to you with Levi Solicitors. They will do you a 10% discount on your legal fees at levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. Dan Moylan with Michael Normanton and Rob Conlon. Let's preview Bournemouth, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. That's exciting, isn't it? It's been a while.
Unusual kickoff time.
I have to say, I haven't been enjoying the 2 o'clock Sunday kickoffs. Was that the time we kicked off against Chelsea, though? So that was good.
Oh, God, I can't remember.
I have to check. But even still, I've not been liking that. I think it's been flattening the atmosphere.
Saturday night seemed good. The away end seemed to be well lubricated, I thought, at Anfield.
The key words there being Saturday night.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you can have a bit of fun across the day, can't you? And this one, people get in the pubs before and after. The difference between what a Saturday feels like and a Sunday feels like.
Yeah.
I haven't been enjoying it, traipsing at 2 o'clock. It's just a bit too early.
Sundays are all wrong, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't really know what to do afterwards. It's like, can I get drunk? I'll work tomorrow. Yeah, it's all just a bit awkward.
Anyway, Bournemouth have lost 3 on the bounce and have suddenly gone from the team that were being held up as having made a good start to being dragged right back into it, because we go above them, don't we, if we beat them?
We do, and definitely survive. I think that's the gist of what I've been picking up in the last few days.
Well, like we've looked before at the 538.com algorithm for who's staying up and whatever. Just by beating Liverpool, I think our chances of staying up increased by 10%. We're still like a 1 in 4 shot of going down, but that one win bumps us right up.
I noticed in the odds, Bournemouth are still second favourites to go down. So despite being where I think them in the league, like mid-table, aren't they, at the moment? They're above us, 14th, I think they are, and have had on paper a decent start. The bookies still think they will drop. And
the underlying stats, have you put these on?
Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting because there's been lots of talk of...
Can I just say, before you get to
underlying Leeds
get
stats.
to them, what we're doing is we're doing that thing of listing all the reasons why Leeds should win, getting to the end and going, let's just hope we do. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, on the I know the talk of Jesse was, well, we should be better based on our XG and stuff. Bournemouth's underlying stats are absolutely awful. They should have, apparently, according to the XG, they should have only scored 9 goals this season.
Right.
9.31, whereas we should have scored an amazing 17.2.
That's interesting.
So, but yeah, they're miles adrift on goals scored, according to that. But I suppose when you've got hotshot strikers like Kiefer Moore...
Well, they've scored 12 in real life. We've scored 15, by the way.
Not fair, is it?
No, but they have conceded 28. Admittedly, 9 of those were at Liverpool. I mean, winning at Anfield's not for everyone.
No, it's very true. It's very true.
It was weird how they started the season. They did actually win their first game against Aston Villa, and then they got spanked by City, Arsenal, and then Liverpool in the 9-0. And it was coming into the season where Scott Parker was basically saying, we're rubbish.
Yeah.
We ain't got a chance. And then after the 9-0, they went, well, we should probably let someone else have a go then if you think that. And then, that's when they had the upturn in form under Gary O'Neill, which is kind of halted now. But yeah, I was just reading an Athletic piece before this, and that was saying how they're massively overperforming their XG. But also it's quite confusing because they were saying that under O'Neill, they're not as kind of accepting of defeat and are actually trying to press and stuff. But then it was also saying they are happy to sit back and dig in, because I was hoping that if they're actually going to come out and press, then that will help us in the same way it has against Liverpool and Chelsea.
Tactical analysis there, Michael. Did you spot that?
I've read one Athletic article. There you go.
Yeah, it would be nice to see us put a performance in, and that's the elephant in the room with regards to Liverpool, is that I think everyone thought, this is absolutely unreal, but what counts now is what it follows. And to be fair, Jesse said it in the post-match. I mean, it will count for nothing if we go and screw this one up as well.
I mean, it'll count for something because we'll have still got 3 points from Liverpool. But I know what you mean. It feels like we're almost back to square one again if we can't beat Bournemouth.
2 steps forward, 3 steps back, and all that.
Yeah, but if we do win this, God, we're going to be dead comfortable. We're potentially going to be up there with teams who are doing all right, like Brentford.
Let's have a look. So
put us
we're on 12
on
points. That puts us on 15. It is genuinely mid-table, isn't it? Assuming nobody else gets any points.
I think the Conference League isn't out of reach if we beat Bournemouth.
The Europa Plate, we're going to get there.
The Europa Plate, we're going to get in.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you're optimistic. It freaks me out a little bit. It was like...
I think we'll lose this.
It was like I was listening to the podcast when you were previewing the Fulham game and you were listing all these reasons why we should win. And it really made me think, no, we're going to lose this.
Well, it doesn't just because there are reasons doesn't mean we will.
The thing is, though, on the showing at Anfield, that we outran Liverpool and we outran everybody from any game this season, we should be beating I don't want to say teams like this. We should be winning games like this.
Well, their own manager said they were shit at one point. So they've got to be, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not convinced.
Leeds are they're very enigmatic, aren't they? I can't quite put my finger on what we're doing this season. And I think that's what's confusing everybody, to be fair. Is the good performances against the so-called better teams and then not looking as good in the teams that do set up like to defend deep and all that. And I dare say Bournemouth will have looked at the blueprint and will try and employ the same thing against us. So how do we deal with that? That's the question, isn't it?
I mean, in their style of play, according to whoscored.com, long balls and with width. So that does suggest they can just twat it over the fullbacks and score that way, because that's how teams seems to do against us.
But it does also say that one of their weaknesses is protecting the lead. So I suggest we just give them a goal and then we come back and win.
I mean, on the plus side, if we do give them a goal, having won at Anfield, Elland Road will probably try and rise to the occasion rather than just go fucking useless, which I think is what would be in danger of happening.
Do you know what Marsh said about the Fulham game? I thought was quite astute when he said he spoke to the players and said they looked like they were just waiting to lose. I think the same could be said of the crowd, at that point. Everybody went into that expecting us just to fuck it up. And when it happened, everyone went, well, yeah, told you. It
was funny, actually. I didn't use the clip because it was kind of serious and sensible for propaganda, but it was Red Men TV were talking, doing little interviews outside the ground. And the bloke was basically saying that the crowd need us and we need the team. And at the moment, it feels like the two are disconnected and neither are kind of bothered enough to get the other going, if you know what I mean. And
whereas if you contrast it with Chelsea, apply the same to us and then contrast it with Chelsea, when that ground was absolutely bouncing.
Yeah. And even games when we've, last season when we came back from some difficult positions like the Norwich game and stuff, I felt like there was expectation there, whereas when we touched on it when Somerville scored and there was still, I know, like a tiny amount of time, but there was still like 2 minutes to go. But no one went, come on, 2 minutes, one more attack. Everyone went, fucking stupid scoring now. No, doesn't mean anything, that.
Wasted it.
To the point where Moscow didn't even include the goal in his match report, referred to it as a 3-1 defeat, didn't he?
Well, the headline was 3-1, but he referred to it underneath. But even still, you just kind of forgot. I did as well. I looked at it, I thought, yeah, 3-1. Oh, yeah, we scored at the end. Yeah, who starts up front then for you in this one?
It's probably Rodrigo again, isn't it?
I suppose so. I mean, you said it on propaganda how we were annoyed that he got that open goal against Liverpool. And it was even telling, because I thought, I really wanted him taken off at half time, but he thought, he scored, so he's going to leave him on. But it was very telling that Marsh only left him on for 5 minutes. It was like, look, I know you've scored, so I'll at least let you come out, but we need to change. I mean, but then you see Bamford and you think, should we just start Gelhardt or Nonso?
If we're going to play Bamford at any point in this game, we might as well say to him, do not go to the right of the penalty spot. Only just stick on that side, because if anyone passes to you on that side, you can't do anything. So you might as well just not stand there in the first place, because it just confuses people.
And presuming Sinistera comes back in, who does he get back in favour of? Do you take Somerville out, having scored the winner on his near birthday?
Jackie's not been good for a few
weeks.
Well,
that was my next question. Would you take Jackie out?
I don't think Jackie has been particularly bad, but I don't think there's harm in saying it's competition. And also, I think there's an argument that both Harrison and Sinistera are better on the left side. So, well, there you go. Shoot out between them two. If Sinistera's fit enough to play anyway, then maybe bring him in for Harrison. If not, I don't mind if Harrison and Somerville start again. But yeah, I'd keep Somerville in there, I think.
Yeah, I would as well. I think given the week he's had, surely he's going to be confident enough to want to do it again.
Well, you look at the example of the Leicester game as well, when Marsh didn't carry through the momentum from before that to this game, and surely you try and ride the crest of the Liverpool wave now, especially as we've got the World Cup break coming up. I
mean, it might depend on how heavy Somerville celebrated that birthday when he was back home in Holland, because he might not be ready for it.
I say riding the crest of a wave, we lost to Arsenal, but the good performance.
Yeah, I know what you mean from it. Yeah. I would leave Somerville in, and I mean, we don't know if Sinistera is going to be fit either, do we? I know last week they were saying it wasn't that bad, essentially, but you never know. The old foreshore trajectory always concerns us, doesn't it?
Who?
Yeah, I know, bless him. There was some talk of his contract this week, actually, wasn't there? That was one bit of news.
Oh, was it?
I saw, just because he's out of contract at the end of the year, and everyone's going, yeah, probably not.
Is he going to live on the farm?
Probably had enough. But yeah,
he could probably still make a respectable career, like in the Championship or whatever.
He's a decent enough player.
Yeah,
He's perfectly good.
We just need more, don't we? I think, at this
Do you
stage.
bring Junior Firpo back in for this?
On penalty duty?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm going to say no too.
And when you say this, do you mean this season?
Bless him.
He's just not got it, has he?
Troubling. And also, I mean, we've not even spoken about Willie because he had a good little cameo as well. But I think he's done himself a lot of favours there, though, as an option off the bench. Now Jesse's seen it work once. He probably will have faith to chuck him on again.
Really tidy and really useful. I mean, we don't need to repeat too much because it was said, wasn't it, like on the match ball or whatever, but it was a lovely little cameo. So maybe that's his little niche for now, is that cameo.
Yeah, it's like when Joffrey first played well and then everyone was like, oh, he did a good thing, just put him on again.
Yeah.
So he's got a chance, I think, of maybe being first or second off the bench, which I felt like before he was kind of there as a bit of padding as much as anything.
And Lewis Cook, will we see a little bit of Lewis Cook back at Elland Road, I wonder?
Is he fit?
I think he is.
I never know if he's fit.
I think he played against Spurs because I saw some quotes from him afterwards saying that he felt like the midfield and the defence had let the strikers down because the strikers had scored twice and then they just gave away 3 goals to Spurs and lost. I mean, looking back last Saturday, it was really weird because Saturday afternoon I saw Bournemouth were winning 2-0 against Spurs and I thought, Christ, that's the kind of result that might actually get Marsh sacked, because if we carry on losing and the other teams that we're relying on losing as well are winning, that could spell danger for him. But good old Bournemouth helped him out.
Turns out everyone's awful.
Yeah.
Great. How do you see this one panning out then? I mean, I dare say we stop short of predictions because we're just into the hopeful territory, aren't we, I think? I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping for a performance. But would I be surprised to see it regress? No. Would I be surprised to see a performance? No. I genuinely don't know which way it's going to go.
Has Kiefer Moore got history with us? I feel like someone that big who's played for like Cardiff and Barnsley and that sort of, I feel like he must have at some point been a nightmare for us to defend against, but I can't remember specific occasions. Someone will point out now that he scored a hat-trick for Barnsley or something, but
I think it was maybe just a bit too late where we'd sort of sorted ourselves out in the Championship by that point. But yeah,
maybe it comes on a vengeance mission for his mate Dan James or something like that.
Oh, maybe so.
That could be it. Elbows flying, that kind of thing, upsetting people. What do you reckon then, Rob?
I mean, I always say we'll win, but we'll win. But like you, not with a great deal of confidence.
Shall I just repeat the prediction? If I try and underplay,
if you say we've got one in us, that means we'll lose this one.
Does it?
Yeah,
I won't say it then
because we're odds on to win this.
We surely ride in a confidence boost. Everyone's gonna be buzzing. It's gonna be good, right? Right?
I mean, the thing is, in theory, yes, but this is Leeds, isn't it? And I say the word I used was enigmatic. It's hard to know what's going to follow this, but this almost defines the season again, doesn't it? We keep having these games that come. You go, oh, this is the one where it'll kick into action, and we'll know that we're going to be all right. Because, like you say, if we win this, we look pretty good this season.
We're going to the World Cup,
yeah,
comfortable, don't we? We
can
almost write off Spurs, can't we?
Yeah, with 4 wins on the board, you know that you're almost halfway there.
Yeah,
and you're not quite halfway through the fixtures. So on balance of probabilities, once you get sort of clear of New Year, we've got some fairly winnable games. But again, it's just the whole thing's been tipped on its head this season, hasn't it? So it's hard to know which way it's going to go. Leeds win. Leeds win.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
hope so.
There you go. That's part 2 then. Part 3 on the way for you, where we will do the Ken Bates Villain of the Week Award and the Gaetano Berardi Hero of the Week Award. It's on the way for you.
The Square Ball Podcast.